For SBG, I have like 3 core principles. The first one is, of course, aliveness, which I don't need to talk about here because you guys are training at an SBG and you all know what that means. That's got to come first, though, because if you compromise on that, the rest of it doesn't matter. When we're talking apples and oranges, you're talking about fantasy-based martial arts. Once you get the aliveness concept, then we have adaptability and coaching. Coaching, I talked a lot about. That's just the different training methods we use, focusing on the fundamentals. What is a fundamental, how to drill the fundamental with progressive resistance, so forth and so on, the various types of drills that we use. Adaptability, the one in the middle, is the second one, and that one gets glossed over sometimes. I don't talk about it as much as I do coaching on aliveness, but it's very important. And the idea behind that is that if you have very good fundamentals in the delivery system of stand-up, clinch, and ground, it shouldn't really matter whether you're doing MMA, gi, or no gi. You should be able to transcend all of it, okay? So if usually when I'm writing and teaching on a seminar, I'll have a board and I'll write a square and I'll say Brazilian Jiu Jitsu delivery system in the middle of the square, and then on the top corner you have gi, the gi art, then you have no gi, slightly different sports, same fundamentals. MMA, obviously a different sport, same fundamentals in terms of ground, and self-defense. Obviously a different situation, same fundamentals, okay? If your game changes dramatically when you take your gi off, or when you put your gi on, or completely falls apart when we start to work, add a little bit of strikes into it, then that's a good indication that you haven't been working on fundamentals. Because if you have solid fundamentals, you should be able to play back and forth between all 4. And some people only want to do gi, and some people want to focus on MMA, and whatever you guys enjoy, that's fine. I always let my students at my own gym kind of pick which one they want, but it won't make a huge difference in the curriculum. So that's kind of the point I want to get across. Make sense? Okay, so we're going to start today and we're going to focus on exactly what we did before. And this is a we did this morning with base and posture. It's a very simple drill I think you guys are going to like. But before we do that, I want to see you guys do a round of slow rolling with strikes, jits with hits. So how we'll do this is one side's going to start in a guard, and you're just going to wrestle nice and relaxed, go to submission, go slow. We just had lunch. You don't want to make your partner throw up or anything. Put everything on nice and relaxed, but put a little hits in it, you know. Hit the body light, hit the head light, have fun with it. Nice and relaxed. When I say rotate, grab a new partner, then we're going to bring it in and we're going to go right into the drill. That'll be our warm-up, okay? So grab a body. Okay, so solid fundamentals transcend the different environments. You can go gi, you can go no gi, you can go MMA, self-defense. It gets simpler as you go, okay? The most complicated in terms of volume, by complicated volume of techniques, is without a doubt jits with gi. Because just the amount of options and things you can do, okay? Take the gi top off, the fundamentals are identical, they're the same. It just changes a little bit. You have a few less techniques to work on, so it's a little bit simpler. And obviously things like scrambling play a larger role because you're not wearing a cloth. Switch that to MMA. The fundamentals of Jiu-Jitsu are the same, but boil it down to an even simpler level still. So there's certain things that you might be able to get away with in no-gi, certain types of half-guard games and sweeping games and stuff that will get you hurt when somebody can punch you in the face. And the time to kind of figure that out and adapt and play with that is in what we just did just now. And you kind of see, maybe that's not such a good spot when I'm getting punched 20 times in the head. And you can go back and switch it up. But the simple stuff, your base and posture, your hip bump sweep, your mount, your cross sides escapes, all that stuff is 100% there. Make sense?